What is happening, number ones and twos? It's your boy Dion, and I am back at you guys again with yet another reaction video. So today we're going to be taking a look directly back into Casual Geographics. This one right here is another one that he went ahead and did. I want to go ahead and check and see if I can go ahead and upgrade the resolution a little bit, but I don't think it's going to change much considering that he's recording it off his phone or taking them directly off of TikTok and then posting them directly to YouTube. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my reactions. If you are, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below for more videos just like this one. Make sure you like me, love me, and talk to me down below. And let's jump directly into the video. Why is he just looking at him or?
Like a teething toddler. Baby hippos have no fear or respect for an animal that could probably one-shot them with those jaws. And that's because crocodiles might have a brain the size of a walnut, but even they're smart enough not to give a mother hippo a reason to catch a body. Because this is how that movie ends.
Yeah.
So instead of turning the baby into past tense, the crocodile just has to sit there and take it. There's actually a reason hippos do this. I just don't know what it is. I've known about this since I was 7, but I never found out why they go out of their way to violate them like this.
They're probably just teething.
The taste of the salt on the crocodile's tail, and they just help themselves. Either that, or hippos are so disrespectful that they don't even acknowledge crocodiles as living things. But normally, crocodiles and hippos will tolerate each other's existence. And sometimes crocodiles will sunbathe while riding on the backs of this African homicide horse. The crocs never get too out of line because, again, this is the end game. Moral of this video: when your mama's big enough, you can get away with anything under the sun.
True. You're not lying about that one.
At this point, I'm not even gonna apologize. You know what you signed up for. And if my eyes have to bear witness, I'm bringing everyone else down with me. Those are eponychium, but you probably heard them also be called fairy slippers. Those fairy slippers are a rubbery covering that goes over the hooves of a baby horse to protect its mother from the sharp edges while it's still inside her. It's like a pair of house slippers that the baby horse wears until it finally joins the outside. And if you've never seen this before, it's because as soon as the eponychium touches air, it starts to dry and fall off, especially once the foal starts walking. And sometimes the mother horse will pull the rubber boots off the baby with her teeth. And of course, none of it's painful for the foal, it's only painful to look at. After the first 24 hours, most of the horse feathers are already gone. It looks bad, but it's actually for a really good reason. Baby horses have to be able to stand and walk as soon as possible, since the smell of a horse being born can attract predators. But having fully formed hooves could put the mother in a pack if one of the sharp edges cuts her and causes internal bleeding.
Yeah.
Moral of this video: this is what compromise looks like.
They were just like, let's meet a happy medium.
I'll hold you. That does look bad, but don't worry. It's worse than you think. Now, I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but if I had to guess, that is some type of eel, especially a snaggletooth snake eel. You can find this demonic fire hose in the Pacific Ocean. Apparently, the biggest ones can grow.
Why you look like a nigga named Jeffrey? Like, am I the only one? Am I?
Animals designed to live at the bottom of the ocean, so when you bring them up to the surface, they become deformed creations belonging to Satan. Which is probably why it looks like a possessed balloon animal, as a result of bloating after death. And with those needles for teeth, we can guess that it eats small fish, crustaceans, and maybe even squid, and those teeth keep the struggling prey from escaping. And if that acid trip of a rough draft is anything like the moray eel, then they have a second set of pharyngeal jaws in its throat to make sure whatever goes in doesn't come out. But having a throat with a child lock does backfire when you choke yourself into an obituary. And I know I said snaggletooth before, but it could also be a fang-toothed snake eel, especially since they're found deeper down. And as much as I genuinely love freaking y'all out, they're pretty much harmless and probably wouldn't bite you unless you did something to deserve it.
Fun fact about eels is that we actually don't even know exactly where they come from or how they reproduce. We just know that they move from salt water to fresh water, and they migrate over to the Bermuda Triangle, and then they just come back with new versions of eels. We don't exactly know how they reproduce because they don't have any actual reproduction organs, which is weird. But yeah, fun fact.
So this thing's probably dead. But this is proof that nature has rough drafts, and its trash bin is the bottom of the ocean.
Sir?
See these bones? You want to know what made these bones?
Nope.
You don't want to know what made these bones.
Yeah, Courage the Cowley dog. You don't want to know what made these bones.
Harpy eagle is a paralysis demon with wings. Not only are they one of the largest murder tweeties in the world, they have talons that are as big as the claws of a grizzly bear. Harpies use those vice grips to crush the bones of their prey on the way back to the nest. But there's one important thing about them that makes them a special type of menace. The worst thing about this eagle are those wings. Nature gave harpy eagles short wings, meaning not only can they fly through the jungle to catch prey, it means no name on the census is safe. Which is why this steroid hell pigeon has one of the most disrespectful KDs out there. Just in this picture, you can see monkeys, sloths, armadillos, and lizards that never made it home because this Air Bundy caught him slipping.
Yeah, I guarantee that.
They'll sit in a tree for hours just waiting for a chance to activate someone's life insurance.
Activate someone's life insurance.
You might not know about this black Air Force.
Oh no!
This involves flipping their anus inside out and assaulting your senses with the smell. Honey badgers are cousins with skunks and wolverines, and they smell just as right. Their reversible booty hole is so violent it apparently stuns bees and stops them from attacking.
What? They're able to flip their butthole inside out? Damn, nature, you scary.
Brings us to number 2. Honey badgers are not immune to bee stings. They are resistant, so they probably would last longer than you, but if enough bees get on their dome, they could end up being a pack. Since these hood weasels don't value life, not even their own, sometimes they'll actually sit there and keep eating while actively being stung by hundreds of bees. And because they are the way they are, sometimes they'll keep eating until they eventually get stung to death. Number 3, it's believed that cheetah cubs evolved to look like honey badgers so they could avoid getting harassed by other animals. Meaning this African bush ferret is such a case that a predatory big cat has to impersonate them just to get more respect. Number 4, in some parts of central India, they're called a name that translates to grave badger because apparently the honey badger has a reputation for digging out human graves and eating the corpses.
What?
Number 5, honey badgers aren't real badgers. Those are true badgers, and the honey badger's all the way over there. So when you hear me call this a steroid felony weasel, I'm only half kidding.
That each other exists.
I believe that.
They exist?
Sharks have no fucking clue that camels exist. And
Oh boy, do I have a story for you. So like fun fact, actually mildly disturbing fact, camels are one of those animals that have no business swimming but do it anyway, and they're unnecessarily good at it. And an animal whose home address is the desert being able to pull up on you in the ocean is one of the biggest "F you, I do what I want" moves from nature. There's a type of dromedary camel called karai that are so comfortable with water that they'll cross rivers and even shallow stretches of the ocean as they look for food. And that's because these overgrown water donkeys love eating mangroves on islands offshore, so much that they'll travel for hours to get it.
What?
There's actually a pretty good chance that at least one shark has seen one of these sand-loving hump jockeys out in the ocean. He told his friends. They did not believe him. If you're ever on a boat off the coast of a country like Algeria, you better be prepared to say what's up to a camel. This is a picture of an alligator riding on top of a manatee in Florida. I've already explained how gators aren't really a threat to full-grown manatees, and oftentimes the same reptile that would tear your arm completely off gives manatees the right of way in the water. But
Yeah.
apparently these two hang out as friends. Kind of. There's a couple reasons why this might be happening. Alligators are cold-blooded, so they love chilling in sunny spots. I guess it figured an aquatic breathing beanbag chair was as good as any rock or log, since manatees are basically the capybara of the water. Well, seriously, different animal, but same vibes.
Yeah,
A manatee doesn't
literally.
mind, he's simply too unbothered to care. To somehow make it even more wholesome, alligators and crocodiles often give each other piggyback rides. I don't know why exactly they do this, but since it doesn't do anything for them in terms of survival, you can assume they do it.
Just have fun.
Probably a stretch, but there's a small chance that this is an alligator's way of playing with the manatee, and the manatee's just too unproblematic to stop him. Probably the first thing, but for the sake of my mental health, I'm gonna go with the playing. Let me tell you why this bird is.
Yeah, I guarantee he probably just doesn't care. He's probably like, fuck him.
Giant petrel. Its nickname is a stinker because they have the same dub diet as vultures with none of the redeeming qualities. This dumpster tweet takes all kinds of meat, rotting, decaying, disease. It don't matter, they don't discriminate. And just like vultures, when this overgrown coast pigeon finds a carcass, it starts eating it ass first. They also believe in eat penguin chicks, and they've even been known to drown gannet chicks by holding them underwater until their soul gets evicted. Basically performing a baptism and an abortion for the price of one. Also, the giant inner name is because the biggest ones can have a wingspan of nearly 7 feet. Meaning you're probably sure it's not even the worst thing about them. If the petrel thinks you're too close, it'll projectile vomit the contents of whatever disrespect was marinating in its garbage disposal of a stomach.
What? It'll do what? Wait, isn't there a Pokemon that does that? I could have sworn there's a Pokemon that literally just bleh, like just throws up its fucking insides and launches it at you or something. I don't know. I'm in distress right now. Oh my god.
As if getting sprayed with half-eaten seal wasn't enough, it's actually so acidic that it can eat at the waterproof coating of seabirds' feathers. Some of the seabirds that get hit can't swim. Since they have sea literally in their name, that's a dick move. Also, the red faces because they spend so much time violating the corpses of other animals. They're basically seagulls on crack. Those are the eyes of a bird that will never see heaven. Yeah, cheetahs are big cats, and you're right. I probably should have explained that. So when you talk about wildcats, you have two flavors of felines. You got the Panthera genus, and you got Team Felinae. The Panthera genus has lions, tigers, jaguars, leopards, and snow leopards, and they all have one thing in common: is that they can all roar. Except the snow leopard, but they're so cool they get in strictly off clout. And these are what people call big cats, but you'll probably notice there's two big names missing. And that's because mountain lions and cheetahs can't roar, so they don't qualify as big cats, meaning they belong to the second group of cats, which also includes ocelots, caracals, lynxes, and even the pet cat watching you watch this. Instead of roaring, these guys purr. Apparently, if you're a cheetah, you also chirp like a bird because of
Yeah.
Also, the name big cat doesn't really refer to their size because the smallest big cat is outweighed by the biggest little cat. Basically, it comes down to if you can roar, you sit at the big cat lunch table. If you purr, you ride the little cat bus. And if you're a cheetah, you sit alone because honestly, what is this?
Sound like a bird. Oh man. But yeah, that was actually pretty damn dope. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below for more videos just like this one. Make sure you like me, you love me, and you talk to me down below. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.